as now we are back underway with the Cockburn Wolves versus the West Coast Cobras in the second semi-final of the night. For the Cockburn Wolves, we have Michael Dudek, number 1 in goal, Stefan Sivijanovic, number 8, Michael Lasic, number 14, Luke Christie, number 10, Ollie Leeming, number 20, Declan Birdle, number 6, Lukas, number 4, and Christian Silas, number 2. For the West Coast Cobras, we've got Dexter Hard, number 69, Zephyr McPherson, number 2, Claudia Cruz, number 17, Jake Pizzuto, number 4, Diego Florenca, number 6, Jaden Ashmore in goals, number 99, Lachlan Ryan, number 22, Luke Ross, number 9, and Flynn Nolan, the number 11. For the coaching staff for the West Coast Cobras, we've got Annie Farrell, the main coach, and former main coach, John Goodlich, who's come back from a long hiatus, is now assistant coach for this game. As well as holding up the coaching staff is Umbi Tulio for Cockburn Wolves. Now, Dexter Hard has an opportunity there, but Stefan sees none of it. Christie to Stefan. Stefan, I remember, lost in the quarterfinal whole game. And it's out wide to Christie. Christie Pizzuto does well and does enough to see the ball out. However, unhappy with the call for Cockburn Wolves. Christie, one-on-one with Ross there. Ross doesn't let him out. Stefan out wide to Leeming now. Leeming had a stand-up performance against the Cambio Cumbre, and that nearly was a goal there for Cockburn Wolves. Now the ball to Cruz, out for the corner. Hard there, the back post. Pizzuto, normally really good for that, but wasn't quite ready for Hard's ball. Stefan now the ball out wide, resets back, but Cruz does well. Good pressure there, and now Leeming again, the touch just fails him there. Now looks wide, looks for Christie. Christie out wide to Leeming. Leeming back to Christie. Christie just gets double teamed there, but still manages to play the ball. Excellent play there from Cockburn Wolves as they set up. Declan Birdle with an excellent chance. Ashmore chucks it over for the corner. Leeming to take. Leeming plays it to Christie short. Tries to check it back, but unable to keep it within the lines. Now it's Cruz on the run against Stefan. Ross from the back takes his time, plays it out wide to Florenca. Now Pizzuto to Cruz. Cruz to Pizzuto. Florenca now. Florenca out wide. And now Florenca to finish! Makes a pass to Dudek. There, good link-up play, 1-2 from Jake Pizzuto and Marco Florenca to take the lead early on in this game. Excellent link-up play there from the two players. Cobras 1, Wolves 0. Back underway now as Christie see what magic he has in store for us tonight. The flick around, but Zurek capitalizes and flicks it back, but Leeming is there. Christie over the top for Leeming. Leeming one-on-one Ross, but Ross just chucks a foot in. Keep it out. Christie to Leeming. Leeming plays it out back to Birdle. Birdle now. One-on-one with Pizzuto. Has to reset to Stefan. Now the shot. Excellent save there from Ashmore and back post. As Ross nearly takes his own keeper out. Ashmore to Ross. Ross looks for Florenka. Now to Ross over the top for Pizzuto, but Stefan is there. Stefan over the top. Seen out. Leeming unable to get a foot onto that, fortunately. Now Florenka. Now the second Florenka. Christie flicks it around, but Pizzuto is well aware. Nolan now. One-on-one Christie. Does well to keep it with him. Ross. Can't get it through. The Cockburn Wolves defense now Leeming there with a chance. An excellent shot, but blocked well by Luke Ross. Christie now. Ross to Florenka. Florenka saves up the Lachlan Ryan, sorry, who has not been a regular this season, but has made a couple appearances to make himself eligible for the semi-final. Now Christie tries to get past Ross, but Ross is well aware and positions himself to Ryan now. Ryan out wide to Pizzuto. Pizzuto cuts it back to Ryan. The shot's on and it's gone to the back corner. Again, it's 2-0 now for the West Coast Cobras as they sneak two past Dudek early on. Excellent link-up play there from Pizzuto and Lachlan Ryan. Now, back out to Stefan. Luca shoots. Pops on now for Cockburn Wolves. Shoots. See what he's able to garner. Now, back to Dudek. Dudek looking for his options. Over the top for Stefan, but Ashmore off his line perfectly hard now. Out wide to Nolan. Nolan back to Pizzuto. Pizzuto to Ryan. And Nolan back to Hard. Now to Pizzuto. Pizzuto to Hard. Hard through ball there. Blocked well by Christie. Down the line he goes. But Pizzuto just puts a foot in to keep the attack at bay. Christie now to shoot. Hard. Holds him at bay. He loses his footing there though. Out wide to Stefan, but shoots, unable to get to the end of that. Hard. Time to Nolan now. Resets back to Hard. Out wide to Ryan, but just can't quite get it to his foot. Ryan to Christie. Christie out wide to Leeming. Leeming one-on-one with Hard. Westbush teammates. Ryan now on his back. Then his shot. Excellent there. But even excellenter save from Ashmore. Stefan now to get us back on the way to shoot. Shoots to out wide to Leeming. Leeming resets for Christie, but a bit of a misplay there now. Lachlan Ryan one-on-one with Dudek. And Dudek does well. Positions himself between the ball and Ryan. Hard now. Capitalized on the mistake, but can't quite flick it over there. Chooses to take the shot himself and not give it over to Ryan. Nolan does well. As Cockburn Wolves showing cracks. Nolan. Now wide to Cruz. Cruz into Leeming. Leeming doing well, putting his body on the line. Christie now back to Leeming. Leeming to Stefan. To shoot. To Christie. Christie now shoots. Good fake play there from the two players. Again fakes out for Leeming. Now shoots one-on-one Ryan, but does well and regarners possession for the West Coast Cobras. Now Hard plays it off to Ryan. Ryan tries to hold it up, but resets to Cruz. Nolan now, it's his turn. Plays it off to Cruz. Ross now on the run. Ross again, but Leeming does well to block his shoots. Now one-on-one with Ryan. Gets inside, and Christie now resets it back to Leeming. The shot, just quite keep it under the post. Now it's back, and McPherson pressing hard there. The ball goes out, and it's corner ball there for the West Coast Cobras. See what set play. Send out Ross. Flicks it up from McPherson. McPherson unable to keep it under control. Loses out to Christie. Christie flicks it up to Shoots. Shoots now, but Cruz sees it out. Timeout there for Cockburn Wolves. Timeout now over for Cockburn Wolves as Coach Ombi Di Tullio has a conversation with his players about converting this game around for themselves. Now Stefan, the ball to Leeming. Leeming to shoots down the middle, has to reset back though. Now number 14, Michael Vlasovic is now on for Cockburn Wolves. Looking quite sharp today, the players. Now Vlasovic to Leeming. Leeming flicks it off if it shoots, but McPherson doesn't allow it. Foul not called there. Now Florenka does well to Pizzuto. Pizzuto resets back to Florenka. Ross there. Ross makes a run through Pizzuto to McPherson. McPherson holds it up well, but not well enough. Pizzuto to Florenka. And Ross now to McPherson. McPherson with a chance there now, but can't quite keep it underneath his foot. Leeming to shoots. Ross does well, but Vlasovic in the end gets the ball out. Pizzuto to Florenka. Florenka now, what can he do? Florenka using his muscles there. He's got quite the physique, that man. And blocked by Cockburn rules. Pizzuto. Now Leeming there, one-on-one with Ross. Takes his time though, and sees shoots on the side. Back to Leeming, but Ross sees the ball out. Now shoots. See what he can cook up. Out wide to Stefan. Now to Vlasovic. To Leeming. Leeming one-on-one with Ross again. Sees it out wide. Stefan, man who I believe has not subbed for Cockburn Wolves. Vlasovic. McPherson, the first time shot. Savic now to Leeming. Leeming does well to keep it under control. Shoots, resets it back to Vlasovic. As now it's Stefan. And it's a double team there, but nothing is called of it, and McPherson kicks it out. Both players go down. Now it's back to Vlasovic. Deflected off Florenka there. Leeming to take. Leeming out wide. Ross well aware. Shoots. Back to Vlasovic. Leeming to shoot. Shoots now for Vlasovic, and the ball just a bit too quick for him there. And Florenka resets to Ross. Pizzuto out wide to Ross. Ross now to McPherson. McPherson turns it the wrong way for Luke Ross there. Ross there capitalized on the mistake, but can't quite find the back of the net. There's too much pressure around him. Dudek. Out wide. Vlasovic. Plays it off to Pizzuto, unfortunately, and Pizzuto now to the shot. Florenka to Pizzuto. The shot blocked well there by Stefan. The shirt pull there, not cold, and shoots now. The first time shot, Ashmore saves well. Ashmore takes his time. Pizzuto to Ryan. Ryan to Florenka. Back to Pizzuto now. Pizzuto to Florenka. Vlasovic. Ross now getting a telling off from both referees. Hard gets us back underway. Silas with an excellent block there. Now shoots one-on-one with Nolan. Shoots, gets past Nolan. Can he get past the rest? The shot there. Just wide. Ashmore happy that didn't challenge him. Nolan. Wide to Hard. Hard back to Ross now. Ross to Nolan. Nolan to Silas there, but holds him up, and that's definitely a foul there for Nolan. Silas, a bit reckless there from him to pull on the arm. Another player as that is Definitely a foul.
Ross now.
Out wide to Hard.
Hard. Plays it off back to Nolan now. Ryan is there for Nolan again. And Ross, one run of Lazovic. Ross plays it out to Nolan. The flick. Lazovic. The header is good for Silas. Now resets it to shoot. Back to Bertel. Lazovic to Silas. Lazovic shoots now. Ryan. Ross both gets past both of them now. It's against Nolan. The two-man still gets past all three, but can't quite keep it within the court.
Long ball for Ryan. Now, can't quite get past Vlasovic this time around.
Cockburn Wolves ball. Now, Bertel.
Now wide to Stefan. So, Vlasovic to Christie, who's clocked back on for a second stint now. To Silas. Silas resets back to Vlasovic. And back to Bertel. The ball just a bit too untimed there for Vlasovic. Substitutions coming up from West Coast Cobras as McPherson steps back on, and so does Pizzuto. Now, looks for McPherson. Nolan to Cruz. Cruz back to Pizzuto. Nolan. Cobras having had a decent season by their standards, placing, I believe, second on the ladder, and as I was saying, McPherson for an excellent shot there, but just ricochets it off the post. Now, Nolan there gets ahead of the ball. Christie be a bit frustrated with that. Now, Pizzuto out wide to Cruz. Cruz now gets Silas. Silas with the shirt pull there once again. That will be a booking, a yellow card. Now, free kick. Good position there for the Cobras to capitalize on. As Hard clocks back on. Hard will be looking for the shot. Long ball back to Nolan. The shot blocked by Christie. Dudek. Hard receives it perfectly. Leeming tries to get ahead of him and does, and keeps it out. Leeming now one-on-one with Hard. Out wide. But McPherson clocks back on. Nolan to Pizzuto. Pizzuto to Cruz now. Resets back. Ball just quite reach Cruz's feet there.
The super sub
For West Coast Cobras has done well after winning League MVP last season for the MSL B division. He's become a regular player now for the A squad, doing well and clutching up in major games for the West Coast Cobras, scoring the winning goals.
against Sterling Braza and Cockburn Wolves during the league stages. Third one out, 2 seconds on the clock, and half-time. We'll be back with you shortly.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week at Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
And we're back now for the second half of this game. West Coast Cobras take us underway. Ross to Pizzuto to Florenka and Hard also on the court for the West Coast Cobras. The lineup stays about the same for Cockburn Wolves with Lucas Schutz, Ollie Leeming, Luke Christie and Stefan for Cockburn Wolves. Ross to Hard. Hard now down the line for Ross. That's an excellent ball.
You have to follow
and
up
Ross
next. You have to come forward.
has to reset it back to Hard though, with no options in sight. Pizzuto now to Hard in the middle. Looks for the shot. Gets past Christie. Gets past. But Dudek, the ball is there to stop him. Christie now to counter attack. And Florenka with a good back foot. He'll keep it under play. And Christie just gets out of the way for the ball for a foul not to occur. And there's a bunch of trippings there. It's quite confusing what has happened. Ross now gets the foul. Pizzuto resets back to him.
Ross gets past Chrissy. Chrissy gets an advantage now.
Looking for the shot, fakes it. Resets back to Stefan. Leeming now.
Underway.
Coburn Wolves showing good pressure now, but Cruz stops the attack temporarily.
As Christie now down the line against Florenka.
Florenka using his body well.
But Christie keeps control. Shoots now. Out wide to Stefan. Stefan takes his time. Christie. Christie now back to Stefan. Stefan resets out to Leeming. Leeming now looking for his options. And Christie, heavy touch there. Now Cruz to Ross. To Florenka now down the line against Christie. Pizzuto. Back to Florenka.
Good, keep wrapping around. Keep creeping forward, Luke.
Ross. Cruz fakes it out for Pizzuto. It's Ross again. Pizzuto to Cruz. This game becomes Cobra's dominance thus far. Keeping well possession, building up the stats for themselves. Now Ross back rolls for Pizzuto. Pizzuto again. Down the line for Ross. Nearly got it to his feet and would have been a good opportunity there for the Cobras, but Dudek now to get us back underway. Ross shoots and the foul call there for against Cruz. It's free kick for the Cockburn Wolves now. First of that they've had this half. Leeming to take, I believe. Now out wide and it's Christie to get us back underway. Now it's Dudek. Dudek to Stefan. Pizzuto is there though and shoots. Resets it to Leeming. Leeming down the line against Ross. Cuts in and looks for the ball. But Florenka now on the cutaway. On the run and keeps going. Christie does just enough to keep him out.
Luke, get some. Get a shot up. Flynn for Luke, please.
And now out wide, Luke Ross with the first time volley.
Diego, yeah?
Can't
Luke
keep it on
next.
control. Dudek now to Christie. Christie one-on-one with Diego Florenka, and Florenka does enough to keep him away. Foul is called against him though. And now Christie to take Stefan there, plays it off to him. Shoots. Christie one-on-one with Pizzuto. Does enough to not get past him. Ollie Leeming. Now back to Christie. That's an excellent link-up play there. And unbelievable how that has not ended up in a goal. Excellent link-up play there from Luke Christie and Ollie Leeming. Nearly wrapping the ball around Jaden Ashmore there. Cruz to Pizzuto. Leeming blocks. And Nolan just leaves it for Cobras. Cruz now. Nolan, but Shoots is blocking it. Ashmore to get us back underway. Hasn't seen much action so far in this game, but as McPherson and Stefan trying to get handsy with it. Now Cruz under pressure from Shoots, but from Ashmore. Ashmore now. Cruz clocks off a hard. Now Pizzuto at wide to hard. Hard looking for his options. McPherson asked for it, but Hard plays the
Easy ball out to Nolan.
now. Nolan to Pizzuto. Pizzuto back to Hard.
Keep showing and then moving.
Hard
Good.
now. Plays it off, but Leeming recovers the ball. McPherson gets dropped by Stefan there.
Jake, next one.
And the foul is called for the West Coast Cobras. Now, the yellow card as well for Stefan Sijevinovic.
You're coming on, you're staying on.
Work the keeper. We've got 4 excellent shots
Now.
here.
Hard. A little pep talk before the free kick there. Will we see a confusing set piece result in a goal? We shall find out soon.
You need to hear what's happening. This is going to win it.
Now, Ryan and Nolan both step up, take Ryan fakes it. Nolan's going to take it, and the shot first time blocked well by Dudek, and his wall shoots, clears it, but it comes off the feet, and Dexter Hard with the shot there, blocked well there by Ollie Leeming. Nolan to Hard, and Hard first time shot straight to shoot. Now, Nolan back to Hard, and shots on. Dudek, an excellent save there. Keep the goal safe. Hard drops back against Christie and clears it out. Now shoots to Stefan. Stefan looking for his options there. Christie to shoot. Back roll, excellent back roll there to back to Stefan. But the momentum just now creeping towards the Cockburn Wolves' favour. Now Luca shoots. One arm, Nolan shoots. Can he get around and cuts into the middle, but has to reset back. Now Stefan to Leeming. Leeming to Christie now. Christie one-on-one with Hard. Hard now it's out wide to Leeming, but Christie takes a tumble, and the foul is called and brought back. No advantage there for the Cockburn Wolves. Now, Stefan to Birdle. Birdle resets back to Christie. Christie now. One-on-one with Hard. Ross. Leeming. Christie at the top for Hard. Now, the counter-attack is on for the West Coast Cobras, and now Lachlan Ryan is on. And the shot blocked well there from Ollie Leeming. Now, Ryan sleeves foot Hard. Nolan back to Ryan. Hard, sorry. Ryan to Nolan to Ryan, and Nolan loses out. Now Stefan, Christie on the run. Christie there, but Ross is also there. Now cuts into the middle. Stefan there through Dexter Hard's legs, but seen out for Cockburn Wolves. Now, Stefan, Birdle to Ollie Leeming, and that's an excellent opportunity there for the back post. Ashmore not getting a lot of action this game. Now, to Ross. Ross taking his time. To Florenka. Ross.
Get ready, Steph.
Now Cruz out wide to Florenka again. Playing a back and forth between the two players as they seem to waste time, but McPherson bad touch there. Nearly gets punished. Now Ross can't see McPherson as now the counter attack is on for Leeming, but foul not called for him. Ashmore to get us back underway. Oh, it's for the long ball to McPherson's foot, but Stefan sees none of it. Sees the ball out. Now Cruz to Florenka. Ross now out wide to Cruz. Resets back to Florenka. Florenka. And the ball just a bit too quick for Ross's feet. Leeming now. Side ball to Lavanovic. Now Zephyr. McPherson does well. Out wide to Leeming. Leeming to Stefan. Lavanovic. Leeming against Ross. But Vlasic to get us back underway to Birdle. Birdle lets it out a little for Vlasic as he accidentally can't quite link it up with Stefan. Cruz. Ross. Ross to Cruz. Cruz loses out there. Now Vlasic. Birdle takes his time and plays it off to Vlasic, but ball just right behind him. Unable to make use of that opportunity there. Now Ross out wide to McPherson. McPherson pulled down by Stefan.
Last man! Hold Isaac! It's got to be already.
Now
Zeph, well done! Go. The reason.
free kick. No card there for Stefan, but the free kick is given. Ross steps up, plays it off easy to Pizzuto. Pizzuto through ball to McPherson once again. McPherson this shot, but Dudek, an excellent save there. Putting himself on the line. Saving it again. Corner ball now, hard to take. Dexter hard. Now out wide to Cruz. Pizzuto, shot, blocked by Lazovic.
Close to the goal this time. That's the tape.
Hard to Cruz. Cruz shots on to McPherson. McPherson controls it well, plays it off to Hard to touch. A bit wide there for him, but Pizzuto unable to keep it low enough for the goals. Hard drops back, he's a bit out of position there, but recovers well. And now Birdle goes for the opportunity, but Hard isn't punished. Lachlan Ryan clocks back on. Ashmore to Cruz. Cruz down the line to Ryan. Holds it up to Pizzuto. Pizzuto to Hard. Hard now takes his time, resets back. And the tackle there is good from Declan Birdle. Lachlan Ryan just a bit too high for him, but Lazovic isn't able to get it quite onto it either. Now Pizzuto to Hard. Pizzuto tries to send up long, but Leeming blocks there well. Nolan to Pizzuto. Pizzuto over the top for Ryan there, down the line, and controls it well, but isn't able to keep it within his position. Down the line for Silas. Silas now back to Lazovic, who has now gone into that, and Leeming there goes forward, but the ball unfortunately stays behind. Now Hard loses out. Silas, good tackle there. Plays out wide to Pizzuto. To Nolan now. Nolan double team there, but Cobras retain possession. Now Pizzuto. The ball to Ryan. Ryan controls it well. Holds it up against two and has to reset it back to Nolan. Florenka is there to receive and bounces it back for Pizzuto. Pizzuto now. Back to Florenka. Florenka to Pizzuto. Out wide to Nolan. Nolan down the line for Florenka. Back over to Lachlan Ryan and the shot is blocked well by Silas. Birdle now slows it back down, but Silas tries to get it down the line as Nolan puts his body there and sees it out for Ashmore. Now, Nolan out wide to Florenka. Florenka back to Pizzuto. Florenka again. Pizzuto chips it over for Birdle. Lazovic can't quite keep it there. Pizzuto to get us back underway. Nolan, sorry. As Oli Ming now with the chance there as it traces back to Silas. Silas gets taken out. And the foul is called. Christie. Now clock's back on. Lazovic to take Ross on the wall for the Cobras. Now Birdle to Christie. Christie.
No foul.
Birdle tries to get the volley, but Florenka gets ahead first. Now it's Pizzuto. One-on-one with Christie. Gets past. Now resets back to Nolan. Ross is there to receive. Now Luke Ross has to give to Florenka. Pizzuto there. Chooses to regain possession as Pizzuto now again. Out wide to Ross. Ross down to Pizzuto. And Christie doing well, but foul is called as he can't quite ahead. There's 5 fouls for the West Coast Cobras as they will have to be on the best behavior now as any more fouls would result in a free kick. A 10-meter free kick penalty, against them. Pizzuto shoots. Nolan gets it between Pizzuto's foot, but Christie now resets to Birdle. Birdle out wide for Shoots. Shoots can't quite get past Nolan there. Timeout now called for West Coast Cobras.
We'll be back with you shortly after this ad break.
Timeout now over for the West Coast Cobras as we're back underway. This second half of the first leg.
And that's an early shot there from Lucas Shoots.
Bit of a stuff up from the West Coast Cobras despite the timeout. Jaden Ashmore having to wake up and keep the Cobras safe. Now, Luke Christie. Out wide to Stefan. Shoots. Birdle now. Birdle out wide to Christie. Christie does get past Pizzuto. Christie, excellent shot there. McPherson back again now. Looking for the ball. Holds it up well, turns well, and Dudek again with an excellent save. Positioning himself perfectly there. Ross. Shot just wide of the corner. Dudek now.
Step up. Yep, let's go.
Christie. Birdle now. Out wide to Stefan, and that's a perfect ball there too. Shoots! And I believe that is a handball from Luke Ross as Lucas Shoots. Shot it just underneath him, and it's nicked off Luke Ross's hand. Penalty now for the Cockburn Wolves. 2 minutes to go, and see if they could turn this around for themselves, or at least reduce the goal deficit for the second leg next week. Luke Christie to step up. Jaden Ashmore having really to wake up now as put on her challenge. Christie. Luke Ross there gets a yellow. Ross one step just back. Luke Christie now. Pressure's on. This could mean something next weekend. The shot, and it's a perfect goal there from Luke Christie. Slots it right into the top hand corner. As we watch the replay, it's an excellent finish. Ashmore, not much he could have done there. Ross to Pizzuto. Out wide for Cockburn Wolves now. Hard. And one. Foul not called from either side. Never mind, it is called. And it is for the West Coast Cobras. Ross. Resets back to Pizzuto. Pizzuto gets past. Now Lucas Shoots does well there. Pizzuto can't keep it within his control. And Stefan one. McPherson is holding him up. Gets past McPherson. Christie now the ball. Kim against Ross. Hard now steps up, but the ball can't get to Lucas Shoots. Pizzuto to Ashmore. Ashmore resets back to Ross. Ross has to play to Pizzuto. Ryan can't quite keep us. Bird with the shot, and Ashmore having to reach out for the save. Ashmore, excellent save. Doing well in the last moments of this game. Staying calm despite all the chaos unfolding around him now. Shoots. Ball's gone out. Cobra's ball now, a minute exactly left to go. 6 fouls for the West Coast Cobras. Anything could happen. Another 10-meter free kick could mean equalizing. Now, Ryan keeps it under control, does well. Now it's corner ball for the West Coast Cobras. 52 seconds to go. Ryan to Ross, and that's an excellent shot there, but rather excellent save as well from Michael Dudek. Shoots. Now out wide to Stefan. Stefan, first time shot. Ashmore just gets his fingertips on it. keeps his goals post safe. Timeout called for
Cockburn Wolves. I'll be back with you after this quick ad break. Now, the ball leaning to Stefan, the shot.
not accurate enough there to challenge Ashmore. Out wide as Christie gets ahead of it and sees it out. 30 seconds on the clock. Anything still possible for the Cockburn Wolves. A Hail Mary free kick would mean they could equalize this game. Ross now into the middle, plays it off to Pizzuto. Pizzuto back to Ryan, and the shot is blocked well. Leeming now on the attack, shoots, gets past Florinka. Can he get past Ryan? Lays it off to Leeming. Leeming now back to Stefan. Stefan to long range, no, leaves it off for Leeming. Leeming now back to Shoots. Shoots one-on-one with Ryan. Now can't cut into the middle, resets it back to Leeming. Leeming into the middle, back out to Stefan. Stefan cuts in, looks for the shot. Just wide there. Now, Jaden Ashmore has to chuck it up long. The time comes to an end. 2-1 to the West Coast Cobras in the first leg of this semi-final. The last game of the night. And we'll be back again next week for the second leg of these semi-finals, with the Northern Hawks taking Sterling Brazajinga back on and the West Coast Cobras back with the Cockburn Wolves. Thank you all for watching, and we'll have the stats up for this game shortly.